agents, staff, and members of the public. I now call the Committee of Adjustment meeting for May 16th, 2024 to order. As this meeting is also being held virtually, I will remind you that the meeting is being recorded and streamed live via the County of Brant YouTube account. Committee of Adjustment members, we don't have any joining online, so I won't go through that. Planning staff will be requested to join the meeting during the presentations and will be available to answer questions. Applicants, agents, owners, and delegations are also participating virtually. All persons wishing to speak to the items on the agenda were required to register prior to the meeting. Any comments, questions, or concerns received in written format have been provided to the members of the committee and will form part of the meeting record. Applicants, agents, and members of the public, please ensure your camera is off, your microphone is on mute throughout the meeting, and your name is correct on the Zoom screen. When called upon to speak, please remember to unmute your microphone and turn on your camera before speaking. Those presenting as delegations will have 10 minutes to speak, but I don't believe there are any tonight. In the event a connection or service interruption occurs that would affect quorum, again, we don't have any committee members online, so we won't have to worry about that. And if you are a member of the public and present in council chambers this evening and wish to speak, please come to the podium up at the front and speak into the microphone. The procedures are as follows. The meeting is held in accordance with the provision of the Planning Act. The purpose of this meeting is to discuss minor variance and consent applications and give anyone in attendance the opportunity to ask questions, provide comments related to an application. Notice of this meeting was provided by mail and signed, posted by staff as required by the Planning Act. A copy of the meeting agenda, including the staff report, related materials, and comments received are available on the County of Brant website. Once the presentation, public hearing, and question period are complete for each item, if the committee deems it appropriate, they will make a decision. Each committee decision is final following the 20-day appeal period. Please note the sign-in sheet at the entrance if you are attending in person and wish to be notified of any decision from this evening. Kindly note your name and address and application on the sign-in sheet. If you do not request a copy on the sign-in sheet, you will not be notified. The names of those individuals who speak on any item tonight will appear within the meeting minutes. Anyone wishing to receive further notice or a copy of the committee's decision, please contact the County of Brant Planning Department. The order of delegation are as follows: planning staff report and recommendation, applicant agent presentation, question and discussions, public comments, further questions of clarification, and then the decision. I'll now take attendance and call each member in order. Please indicate by stating present if you are in attendance. Mary Jane Brown, present. Harry Emmett.
Present.
Bob Hamilton.
Present.
Jane Penag.
Present.
Rebecca Smith.
Present.
Steve Schmidt.
Present.
And we'll note that John Vamos is not attending tonight. I will now turn it over to Kayla Delay for an announcement she would like to make.
Thank you. Good evening. I just wanted to let the committee know that our planner, Emily, who is with us here today, it will be her last presentation. She is moving on to Oxford County. So congratulations to Emily. We wish you all the best and we'll miss you. So thanks, Emily.
Good luck in your endeavors. We will now move to item 2, approval of the agenda. Do any members have items to be added to the agenda? I believe there aren't any. May I request a mover and a seconder? Member Emmett? And Member Schmidt will second.
Okay. Moved by myself and seconded by Member Schmidt
that the agenda of the County of Brant Committee of Adjustment meeting of May 16, 2024 be approved.
Thank you for the motion and seconder. Members, please indicate if you are in favor of the motion, starting with Member Emmett.
Yes.
Peneg.
Yes.
Member Smith.
Yes.
Member Schmidt.
Yes.
Member Hamilton.
Yes.
And Brown, yes. The motion has carried. The agenda for the County of Brant Committee of Adjustment has been approved. We'll now move to item 3. Are there any members who would like to declare a conflict of interest for the item on our agenda this evening? There are no conflicts, so we will move to item 4, adoption of the minutes from previous meeting, April 18th, 2024. Do any committee members have any errors or omissions to note? There are none. Can I have a mover and a seconder on this? Member Hamilton? And a seconder? Member Peneg. You please provide your motion, Member Hamilton.
Moved by myself, seconded by Member Penang, that the minutes of the County of Brant Committee of Adjustment meeting for April the 18th, 2024 be approved.
Thank you. Members, please indicate if you are in favor of the motion, starting with Member Emmett.
Yes.
Member Schmidt.
Yes.
Member Hamilton.
Yes.
Member Peneg.
Yes.
Member Smith.
Yes.
And Brown, yes. The motion to adopt the minutes from April 18th, 2024 has carried. The minutes are now on record. Thank you. We will now move to item 5.1 for application B324ES and turn it over to staff for the presentation of the report and the recommendation.
Okay, good evening, committee members. So today I will be presenting consent application for a surplus farm dwelling severance at 123 Middletown Line Road in the former township of Burford. This application is being presented by Courtney Boyd, lawyer and agent on behalf of property owners Robert and Diane Geyer. I am recommending approval of this application subject to conditions for the reasons outlined in my report. The property is located at the corner of Hatchley and Middletown Line Road, specifically to the south of Hatchley and east of Middletown Line. The subject lands are surrounded by agricultural uses and are privately serviced by well and septic. The property is approximately 12 hectares, or about 30 acres in size, and the applicants recently purchased these lands and they are to be consolidated with the rest of their farming operation as they also farm the lands to the west. The subject lands are designated agriculture within the County of Brant official plan and are currently zoned agriculture within the zoning bylaw 61-16. Both the agricultural designation and zone permit surplus farm dwelling severances subject to criteria which the applicants meet, as outlined in the report. The consent application proposes to sever the existing dwelling on the property, as the recent purchase of the farmlands have rendered the house surplus to the farmer's needs. This severance would result in the property being approximately 0.6 hectares, or about 1.9 acres in size, with a frontage of approximately 100 meters. The retained parcel would then be 11.3 hectares, or 28 acres, with frontages of approximately 304 meters on Middletown Line Road and 302 on Hatchley Road. A condition of approval will be that the applicants consolidate the lands on title with the lands to the west, currently at 264 13th Concession Road, resulting in a larger farm parcel with the total area of 51.1 hectares. This consolidation will have the lot exceed minimum lot size requirements and therefore provide for a more viable farming operation. Another condition of consent will be to rezone the retained farmlands as A9 to prohibit any future construction of a dwelling on the property, which the lands to the west are already zoned as. So as a result of the consent application review, I am of the opinion that the surplus farm dwelling severance is consistent with provincial and county policy, provided that the conditions for approval are met. Therefore, I am recommending approval for the reasons outlined in my report, as the proposal does constitute good planning. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Emily, for the report. Do any committee members have any questions on this application? Member Hamilton, please go ahead.
Through the chair to staff, I'm just looking at condition number 5, the one for new lot monies. I'm still trying to understand that. In the past, as we severed off, we have not had that in there because it's already a present building and it's paying taxes. Therefore, why would we go ahead and charge for that? I could see if it was going on to the retained lands, but there's no buildings there for fire calls to be put to. So I'm just trying to understand why that condition was put in the application.
Through the chair to Member Hamilton. So the condition number 5, this is with respect to the rural firefighting fee. Correct? Yeah, so condition number 5 is a standard condition for all severances within the county. It's applied to each new rural residential lot. And so as a result of, given that we are now creating 2 lots as part of this, the application is, the firefighting department has requested that this fee be applied.
So which lot is it being applied to, retained or severed?
Through the chair, severed.
To the severed,
Yes.
which is currently how we already paying for it.
Through the chair, I think maybe the clarification on this could be that there's also cash in lieu of parkland that is collected for the creation of a new lot, and those ones are specifically for lots that are vacant and don't have a house on them. And so in these cases, for surplus dwellings, we aren't collecting cash in lieu of parkland for the creation of a new lot, but the comments did come in from our fire team that we do collect the rural firefighting fee, and it has been consistent throughout in the past to collect that.
I guess I beg to differ. The consistency, this has only happened in the last year to year and a half. If we go back to anything previous, these weren't included, the parkland or the firefighting. So that's why I'm trying to understand where they're at, and is it under the, if we go back to the official plan of 2012, I don't think it was included in that, was it? And we don't have 2020, the new one here yet, which it may be part of, I don't know. I'm just looking for clarification, that's all.
So through the chair, the official plan does not spell out fees that are applied to these types of applications. It would be within the county's fees and charges bylaw, and so we can certainly follow up after that. But as Kayla mentioned, this is a standard condition that has been applied to all severances in the rural area, whether they are surplus farm dwelling severances or not.
All right. I would look forward to showing me the documentation.
And following that, for condition 4, you're saying that in this case, it does apply as well for the parkland, so it's being treated as a new lot.
Through the chair to the director of supervisor of development planning.
Through the chair, I do see condition 4 on there, and that condition could be removed for the cash in lieu of parkland.
You had a comment, Member Smith?
Through the chair, just maybe to staff as a question, just to maybe make sure we have staff kind of refer to this after the meeting. If we add "if required" to the beginning of those 2 conditions and just have that confirmed, is that maybe something that's more appropriate? Just to maybe comment.
Through the chair, sure that if the committee wishes to add that, they can definitely move that in motion. But I do think that as we talked about earlier, the cash in lieu of parkland is for new lots that have new services on the community. So if committee deems appropriate, number 4 could be.
Thank you. Any further comments or questions to staff? I believe there are none. So is the applicant or their agent present either in chambers or virtually? Yes? Can I have your name?
Good evening. My name is Courtney Boyd, and
services being brought to the lands.
Thank you. Do any committee members have questions or comments to the agent? I believe there are none. And there are no public delegations. So any final comments or questions? Then I'll ask the committee, are you prepared to make a motion on this? And can I have a motion put on the floor first to see if another member will second it? Member Smith?
I'll make a motion to approve application B424ES as the application is consistent with the provincial policy statement, conforms to the county official plan and general intent of the zoning bylaw, subject to the amended conditions that number 4 is removed and if required is added to the start of condition 5.
Thank you. Is there a second? Member Schmidt? I'll now call the vote. And members, please indicate if you're in favor, starting with Member Emmett.
Yes.
Member Schmidt.
Yes.
Member Hamilton.
Yes.
Member Penag.
Yes.
Member Smith.
Yes.
And Brown, yes. The motion to approve application B324ES has carried, so that application has now been approved. Thank you. We will now move to item 6. Upon the adjournment of today's meeting, the Committee of Adjustment and staff will meet for the purpose of educating and training members and staff, subject to the condition that no member discusses or deals with any matter in a way that advances business or decision-making. Moving to item 7, the next meeting is scheduled to be June 20th, 2024, and again, it will be a hybrid meeting starting at 6 p.m. I'll now move to adjournment. May I please get a motion to adjourn the meeting? Member Emmett, can I have a seconder? Member Penag? I'll now ask, are all those in favor, please with a show of hands stating yes. I now declare the meeting adjourned for May 16th, 2024. Thank you.